All right, so I'm here with George. George, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Tell me about yourself. How old are you?
57, I'll be 58 in October.
And originally from Baltimore?
Baltimore, yes sir.
And your current situation is homeless, correct?
Yes it is.
How long you been out on the street for?
Oh, 7 years, 8 years.
What was life like for you coming up?
Oh, it was wonderful, I try to do the right thing, family, kids, you know, wife. She left me, took my kids and didn't, let me interact with them. And that really tore something inside of me. I'm not a bad person, I'm not. A drug's a drug no matter what it is, and it's just the situation. She left me, but now she's passed on. God gave me two great kids, who no parts of drugs, thank the Lord. And it's just a struggle every day, I mean, when you think about the past, but I try to look over that, through counseling with my therapist. She talks me through things, the way to overcome the thoughts of that when it comes up.
How long you been seeing a therapist for?
Oh, well, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. What's your relationship with the kids like now?
Well, me and my daughter, we're all tight. My son's, he's in Pittsburgh. He lives in Pittsburgh with his girlfriend, and it's hard to get up there every so often, you ain't having the money, and but my daughter lives in Baltimore. We get along, yeah.
Do you remember your first night being homeless out here?
Oh, yes.
What was that experience like?
It was torture. I mean, being new, being homeless, I don't wish that on anybody.
Had you had a drug problem, I'm assuming, leading up to that?
Well, I smoked marijuana, PCP, my drug of choice. And yeah.
Is PCP big around here? I know it's big in DC.
Well, that's where we used to get it from, DC.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you typically do for money and shelter and things like that out here?
Well, I get a check every month, and then I try to go to plasma, which I got deferred from. Long story, but there's other plasma centers so I can go to. I do that twice a week. I'm not a fan of panhandling. I'm not a fan of boosting. I don't do all that. Now, if I'm hungry, I go in the store. If I'm hungry, I grab something to eat, and that's about it. But other than that, I survive. God helps me do this.
Absolutely. What's your drug of choice now?
PCP.
Oh, it's still PCP?
Yes,
I
it
don't know if it
is.
changed or. Yeah.
No, it don't change.
Yeah.
But I hadn't done it in a while. I smoked marijuana,
Yeah. Have you ever had any bouts of sobriety? Have you ever gotten clean or?
Well, I went into a rehab just to get out of the winter for 30 days from December to January, or November to end of December or something like that, just to get off the streets. I have a bed and meals and, roof over my head. I don't think that I need rehabilitation. Maybe I do, but with God's help, anything's possible. So, I mean, I would count on Him before I would go into treatment.
What's the violence against the homeless like out here?
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, the stories I hear that, the young hoppers at night, they pick on my buddy Derek all the time because his situation is, it's the way he looks. And, it's like discrimination in a sense. But there's nothing done about that. But, yeah, violence is bad for homeless people, yes.
What's the worst thing that's happened to you out here?
Oh, like I said, bud, I got God's protection on me, so not
Kind of skated by.
with
Yeah.
His help. I try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, I don't look for trouble. You know, if there is trouble, you know, I just think before I act, because your actions can wind you up in jail for the rest of your life if you do the wrong
For
things.
sure.
Yeah, so I try to think before I act. So it's like wisdom.
You see a lot of young kids out here, homeless.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Try to mentor them and
Well,
take them under your wing.
I don't take them on my wing in sense, because they're going to do their own thing. You know, I try to look out what I can look out and help them out if I can, if I have it. You know, that's what we're here for, you know what I mean? To look out for each another, you know? But some people don't see that.
Yeah. What's the ultimate goal for you in a perfect world? Where would you like to see yourself in 3-5 years from now?
I would like to see myself in an apartment, you know, low income apartment. Yeah, that's it, you know, and you take it from there.
What does your daily routine look like from the time you wake up? Like, what do your days consist of?
Well, I go to the soup kitchen, wake up, go to the soup kitchen, get something to eat. There's
That's every day they feed you?
Well, our daily bread, they're 7 days a week. Paul's place is 5 days a week, and on Thursdays they feed you dinner. So if it wasn't for them resources, you know, I mean, we're starving.
Do you feel like Baltimore has enough resources, or do you think that
Yes.
people just don't utilize them?
They don't. I try to tell people about the resources they're eligible for, but they seem like they don't listen.
If there's anybody out here, who may see this and going through the same struggles and maybe looking for resources, can you recommend some places for food and shelter?
Oh, I
and things
sure
like
can.
That?
Yes, I can. You call the mayor's office and you try to get into a hotel. I've been now through that. And then they moved me out of the hotel, put me in the Code Blue where they stole all my stuff. This is the staff there. They
stole
didn't
your
give me
stuff?
all my stuff. They stole all of it. They replaced it. And one day, how can you replace my items in one day? It was a bin. I had an old book that's priceless. 1800. It was Sears and Roebuck Atlas. It was about this big, but I had a $100 coat. They took it. I mean, they didn't even give me my blanket.
So the staff in these places is
Yeah,
good as well.
they're collecting the free paycheck because they don't do nothing. The guards upstairs at night, they sleep before we sleep. And they're under the desk sleeping. I mean, it's got to be heard, It's got to be out there. I mean, they getting a free paycheck. They don't do nothing. And when I come right back to get my stuff and they didn't have it, I said, well, just take it as it is.